All right, welcome back to the IOY podcast. Today I got a new guest on today. Go ahead and introduce yourself, man.
Hey, my name is Max Epstein from Coney Island Saucery. What's up?
What's up, man? How you doing today?
Pretty good. Living the saucy dream as always.
Well, let the people know how you got into, the hot sauce biz.
Well, happened a few years ago. I was literally sitting in the bathroom, aka the library, and I was reading Entrepreneur magazine, and there was an article about how the hot sauce industry was growing and blowing up.
Right.
And the thing is that I'm a designer. I've done websites for customers and clients, and I've done all these prints and all these things to make other people money. So I was like, I would like to start my own brand, my own business,
Yeah.
And then I saw the hot sauce thing and I gave it a good thought because I had to stay in the bathroom for a few minutes. I had nothing else to do besides think about it, I guess, right?
Yeah.
And so I was like, all right, let me give this a shot. So I started looking into it. I started reading about it. I started checking it out. I was like, holy crap, there's a whole scene for this thing, And I always grew up eating spicy food. I like spicy food. My father grew peppers in the back, like really hot peppers in the backyard, which when I was little, actually, I touched and rubbed my eyes. I was crying.
Oh God, yeah. I've done
You
that shit too,
know,
man. You learn to wear fucking gloves after that.
yeah, yeah. But he used to take them the little. I don't know exactly what they were, but he used to just dip them in salt and eat them like that.
Really? Were they like Thai peppers, like those ones that you make crushed pepper out of? Red
I
pepper?
think, I think they look like Thai peppers, from what I recall. But yeah, he was just always hot all the time.
What the fuck?
Yeah, he just like it's spicy. So I grew up when I got older. I started eating hotter and hotter and hotter. But then I was like, I always ate hot, just in my adult life. Um, so I was like, okay. So I called my friends up. We're like, let's go and give this thing a shot, right?
Yeah.
So I retailed hot sauce under hotsaucewillies.com for 5 years. We sold over 300 different sauces from over 30 vendors.
Damn.
And it was fun, but it was like a lot of work. I mean, you're dealing with that much sauce, that many people. It becomes difficult.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm
And
sure it did. I mean, you said you did it for 5 years too, right?
5 years. Yeah, 5 years. And the thing was like, it was either like trying to get investment money to grow it, or at the same time, I was just kind of like, so when you're an online store, you're also not just competing with other stores, you're also in a sense competing with the manufacturer as well,
Yeah.
which is difficult.
Kind of expand on that. What you mean
Well,
by
the thing
that?
is, like, when you're say you make a hot sauce, and I'm just gonna throw a number out there, and it costs like say $1, just throwing $1 out there,
Oh yeah, yeah.
and then you're buying it for like 250 plus shipping.
Right.
So the average cost of shipping is about $1 to
Mm-hmm.
$1.50, depending where it comes from. Then on top of it, you're getting charged your credit card fees, your e-commerce fees. You're getting charged. Everybody wants to touch your pocket.
Right.
So your margins are so small, micro tiny. And then say, for instance, you have a competitor and who's selling other hot sauces too. You can compete with that, but when the manufacturer is able to like bring their prices lower,
Yeah.
you can't touch that, because if you touch that, then you're actually like losing money every time.
Yeah.
So it's like the margins are so small. It's a numbers game. It's about high output, really high output. And like, for instance, when you're doing shows, when you're doing a show, it costs you the show fee. You have to sometimes pay for someone to help you. You have to pay for gas. You got to pay for food, whatever it is. You got to pay for it. It costs money.
Yeah.
And when you're selling retail products, it's like you're profits are so small, and for the amount of work you put into it,
Right.
it's rough. And then you got to deal with all the personalities, and a lot of guys are good. They're cool, you know. Most of them are very cool. But it's just a lot of people to talk to and dealing with logistics, and you can't do. So, for instance, if you want to do fulfillment, like get a fulfillment company to like ship your stuff, store it, and ship it wherever it is. They charge you per SKU.
And what is that?
A SKU is like an individual product.
Okay.
So one type of hot sauce would be a SKU.
Oh, okay.
So when you got 300 different SKUs and they charge you X amount per SKU, then you're being charged for the times 300 plus or whatever it is. So that whatever profit was there is gone. Totally gone. So then you have to physically do it. Sorry about that.
Oh,
physically
no worries.
do it yourself. I don't know if you hear my alerts, they're popping.
Yeah.
I should change that. But so you physically have to wrap these things up all day long. You just wrap in boxes, or you get somebody to wrap boxes, which costs money.
Right.
Unless they just love wrapping boxes. Like, Chris is my favorite time of year. I go to the mall, I wrap presents, but it's over and I really need to wrap something.
Yeah, fucking right. No, I mean, yeah, it does sound like it could be a real fucking time consuming thing. I mean, how did you deal with this? Did you hire people, or what kind of what
I had two other business partners,
mm-hmm.
and one of them was basically in charge of shipping.
Yeah.
And we had a warehouse in Harlem, and my other two partners lived in Harlem, so it was easy for them to have access to it. I live not in Harlem, so I just couldn't do that. But I was dealing with mostly the online stuff, the advertising, making the phone calls, running operations besides shipping.
Yeah.
But it was their time. They had to wake up every day and show up to the warehouse and wrap those sweet, spicy boxes.
So you had 300 different kinds of sauces then?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, but we also had like barbecue sauces and rubs and stuff like that. We had some like spicy chocolate.
Really?
We had some beef jerky.
Oh, sure, yeah, that's good.
We had it right, man. It was great.
So then, what led up to the disbanding of that?
Well, at the end of the month, I'd be, doing payouts and stuff like that. Because we end up at one point, because like the thing is like this, it's like you get every hot sauce maker, they want their stuff in your store.
Mm-hmm.
And every single one of them will be like, my stuff's the best. My stuff will sell like hotcakes. My stuff is the next huge thing in the world of condiments.
Mm-hmm.
Right? I am the condiment lord, and you must obey and sell my stuff. Thou shalt be rich. Right?
Yeah.
But that's not always the case. So we ended up making a model which became like consignment and fulfillment. So our stuff was this, all right, if your stuff is so great and so amazing, then send us over some samples, we'll taste them. We'll pick the ones that we feel are the best of the crew of the bunch, or at least, or maybe all of them are, or there's sometimes I have to say no. I'm just like, nah, dude, like we honestly don't feel that, this is right for us, which is hard because a lot of people put their heart and souls into this stuff. And that's the hardest part.
Yeah.
That's the hardest part is saying no to people. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I gotta be a little stern, like, because, I'm sorry, we just don't feel that way, and I can just hear the emotion in their voice.
Yeah.
A lot of these guys are small guys, they're not like freaking Tabasco where like they can care less, Yeah,
they're like, well, we'll just move on. Yeah. And so it's kind of harder and more emotional for them because they're just trying to really find their spot, and really get their stuff out there. So yeah, I could see how that could be really difficult, I mean, yeah, it would be hard.
Yeah, and it was hard for me too because I would go to shows sometimes and see these people,
Yeah.
you know,
Yeah.
and I would get the stink eye, you know,
Yeah.
or I would have somebody kind of like say something on social about us, you know, like, oh, these guys don't even want to carry my stuff or whatever. And I'm like, oh, great, you know,
Yeah.
yeah.
And
And go ahead, sorry.
I was, how did you kind of deal with it, with that kind of stuff,
I just had to deal with it, you know, just be friendly, be polite,
Yeah.
you know, and be like, hey, what's up? How you doing? And move
Yeah.
on, you know, and that's all I was able to do, you know.
Yeah. Not much else really to do.
There's nothing else I can do, you know. And I wish I could take everybody in and make everybody could have taken everybody in and made everybody like, hey, you're awesome, you know. And then, you know, and since it became consignment, then we would have sometimes sauces that would be sent to us and they just didn't sell whatsoever. We couldn't even give the stuff away. I don't know what it was. The sauces tasted really good, they looked really good, but they just didn't move, you know.
Hmm.
And then I had to tell them, hey, you know, your sauce didn't sell at all, and like, or we only sold 1 or 2 bottles, and you know, it expired. You know, like,
Yeah.
you know, do you want these sent back to you or not, you know? And you know, then I would go through the whole thing again because obviously I wouldn't do a reorder
Yeah.
because it didn't move. And then you know, they'd be, you know, angry at me, or they would claim, sometimes they would claim that, you know, this didn't happen too often, but you know, they would claim like, oh, you know, you're lying. I'm like, what do you mean I'm lying? You know, like, I'll send this back to you, man. You
Yeah.
know?
You're just trying to keep our sauce.
Yeah, you know, it's like, here's what it is, you know. Like, you know, and then you know, you're doing advertisements and then you just end up advertising a brand, you know, and you're putting money into advertising, you're putting time into advertising.
Yeah.
And then what a lot of times happens is that somebody buys it from you in the beginning, and then they're like, oh, let me go straight to the manufacturer. And maybe the manufacturer is like 50 cents cheaper because they can be, because you have to put certain margins on the stuff.
Yeah.
You know, and then, you know, then you lose a customer that way,
Yeah.
you know, and a repeat customer. So it was a very steep, tall mountain that you're climbing up with your fingertips. You know?
Yeah. I see what you mean. So I mean, what kind is that those events what kind of like, turned you away from wanting to be in this partnership with everyone?
Well, you know, it was just like we kind of came to a conclusion that is not, with all the work involved and the amount of money to be made on every sauce. Um, it just wasn't worth doing at that point. You know, either
Right.
we get crap load of investment money and we spend that on advertising to see if we can just grow,
Hmm.
or, well, at the back of my mind at that point, I was just like, I want to do my own brand. You
Yeah.
know, I was just like, it'd be so much easier, it'd be so much more fun. I don't have to answer with so many people. I don't have to feel weird around people anymore. You know?
Right. So I mean, that's what kind of led you into this next thing that you're doing now, right?
Yeah. So
Kind of expand on that and let people know what you do now.
now we have Coney Island Saucery. Um, I took some time off, you know, just to stay away from hot sauce, even though I still ate hot sauce, you know, but you know, I was just like, I need a break, you know, I just need to get away from it all, you know.
Yeah.
And I was just thinking to myself, like, okay, I'm gonna do my own brand, you know, and this is what I'm gonna do.
Hmm.
And so I was thinking to myself, like, what would be a good brand name? And I grew up in Brooklyn, South Brooklyn. I've been going to Coney Island since I was a small kid. I'm familiar with the sideshow people there. I'm familiar with the area. I did some work with Coney Island Arcade when they were open before it burnt down. If you look at Coney Island, a lot of things burnt down. It's been known for fires.
Why is that?
During the early days, like in the early 1900s, there was like a couple of huge fires that hit Coney Island during like when Coney Island was Coney Island.
Really?
And yeah, and there was two big ones, and it just like demolished it. And between the fires and everything, Coney Island wasn't quite the same. They had this giant elephant hotel that was there called Elephant Colossus, Elephantine Colossus, which became a whorehouse eventually.
Oh fuck, man.
Because Coney Island was always shady. You know, like don't let the old stuff look so romantic and stuff, but it was always shady. It just had more people and better rides back then, you know?
Yeah.
Which they're trying to recoup now. They're building new stuff. They're doing a lot of improvements now. And they have been. But yeah, so it never quite recovered. A lot of the space got bought up for apartments. You know, they have these big buildings now there that where the rides used to be, the old school stuff. Most of the old school buildings got torn down, you know. But besides going into Coney Island stuff, I felt it was something that represented me. It represented Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And it was a global name that everybody recognized. So, and nobody had it for hot sauce. So I was like, okay, let's do Coney Island, yeah? Why not?
Yeah.
So yeah, so then we ended up, doing Coney Island Saucery, and I got together with my business partner, and he's in the film business, and he was telling me, like, I know he knows a lot of people, this guy. So he was telling me about Trailer Park Boys and stuff like that. And I'm like, oh, why don't we do a Trailer Park Boy hot sauce? And so he basically called him up. And he's like, hey, guys, would you be interested in doing a hot sauce? And they were like, yeah, sure, no problem.
Holy fuck. That's all it took was just a fucking phone call.
It was just a phone call, dude. I mean, this guy's got mots. It's great. And he's a good guy, too. Good partner to have. So we were like, let's go. So we ended up developing the first sauce with called Decent hot sauce.
Yeah, like
that. Bubbles is one Decent.
Decent, yeah. Yeah, fuck yeah, man. I love that show.
Yeah, it's funny. It's a funny show. And yeah, so what we did was we did a couple test batches. And they had a cruise right afterwards called Getting Out of Jail, Setting Sail cruise from Florida to Bahamas.
Yeah.
And they invited us on the cruise.
Oh, fuck yeah, dude.
Which was amazing, So I show up, I pack my bags, I get a bunch of these sample sauces put in. Actually, I have the original right here. This is the original test label.
Oh, that's the one that you took with you?
Yeah, it looked like that.
That's fucking awesome. Different. Yeah, it is.
Like everything's there. Even the label's a little too long.
Oh. Well, that's how you learn, man. You know what I mean? But no, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we slammed that out pretty quick.
I'm sure. How was the whole interaction there? Did you get to meet any of them?
Oh yeah, I was hanging out with those guys. So
really?
what happened was so we get in the cruise, and then first off, these things are in flask bottles.
Yeah. That's what I noticed.
Security went through my bags thinking it was alcohol.
No, I'm sure they fucking did.
They're like, excuse me, sir, you can't bring out. I'm like, dude, it's hot sauce. And made me take it out. I'm like, do you want to try some?
Did he?
No. He's like, no, it's cool. You're good. So I get through security, and then we get on the boat, and they give us our rooms. So they gave us rooms too, which was really nice.
Hell yeah.
It was like, wow, this is amazing. And they had their whole, so whenever celebrities do these cruises, they get this whole floor on a cruise ship to themselves.
Damn.
And,
was you up there?
I was up there a lot, dude. A lot, It's really surreal. I mean, their own swimming pool.
Really?
Yeah, you get your own swimming pool upstairs, all catered.
Fuck yeah.
2 bars, 2 jacuzzi. The whole top deck of the thing is for you guys. The sunroof, the sun deck.
Damn.
It was nuts, but it was for not just that was them and their crew, whoever's with them.
Right.
And they had some bands, come with them. They had Tom Green was there. I got to hang out with him for a little bit. He was a really nice guy. Really nice guy. Ted Benson was there I tried saying hi to him, but he was really freaking high.
Did you guys get all
he was like, what?
Who the fuck's Ted? He's like, who the fuck's Ted? You know, you're like, trying to get his attention. He's just all fucked up.
Yeah, dude, I loved your movie, man. He's like, what?
Damn, so did you get a smoke one up or drink a drink with them dudes at Trailer Park? Julian?
There's a lot of drinking involved. A lot of drinking. I don't really smoke weed too often, so I'm not really a weed guy.
Yeah.
I'll do like an edible maybe once in a while. I'll just maybe have like half a head of a gummy bear and I'm good.
Yeah.
But I don't really do weed on the whole trip. I smelt it everywhere.
Oh fuck!
All the guests were bringing their pens, and all that stuff. No, I was freaking pretty damn drunk a lot of the time. I gotta tell you.
Fuck, I'm sure if you're around them, man, you gotta be. So
yes, I mean everybody was having a good
time. Yeah. What did they think about the hot sauce then? So how many bottles did you take with you?
I brought 3 small bottles and a large Boston Round.
Fuck. And everybody just fucking devoured it, or what?
So, I got to hanging out with those guys and start talking to them, and then I had them try it, and they're like, "Wow, that's great! This is awesome. We're sold. No problem. We're doing this, right?" And and then we scheduled actually a promo with them on the boat. Damn. So if you look at our first one, he's like, "Hey, look, we got a hot sauce here," and he's going like that. That was actually on the ship.
Oh, and you guys just recorded it there.
Yeah, we recorded that. And then what we ended up doing is we ran around the whole ship, giving all the guests taste of the hot sauce and recording their reactions.
Damn. And they all like it?
Oh, they loved it.
Damn, man. That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, they loved it. And it was just funny just running around. You want to try some hot sauce? And everyone was like drunk and high.
Yeah, give me a spoon without anything. Let me eat.
No, they were doing the hot sauce bumps, dude.
What the fuck?
Yeah, when you put it right here, put a little right there.
Oh, and you just lick it.
Yeah. Everyone's doing hot sauce bumps.
Oh, fuck it, man. Is it okay? So with that decent one, that was the first one. And what is that kind of? I mean, if you can,
it's Louisiana style, like a Louisiana style fermented cayenne based hot sauce, which is like the most known hot sauce out there in America, at least most of the world. It's like Tabasco, Frank's, Crystal, all those kind of big guys. But we ended up adding like 100 pounds of fresh garlic on top of it.
Yeah.
We added fresh basil and a tad bit of margarine.
Damn.
So the margarine makes it a little buffalo-y. It gives it like a silky texture because it's just basically a bunch of different oil in an immersion type of thing.
Yeah.
Basil gives a nice herbal tone to it.
Yeah.
And then the garlic, actually, what happens is because it's Louisiana style vinegar base, it pickles the garlic in the sauce.
Yeah, that's gonna add a really good flavor to it then.
Yeah, it's got this overall like garlicky tone with mild heat. It's vinegar forward because that's the style of sauce. And it's got that little buffalo tone to it too, which is cool. And the reason we did that is because we wanted, like I said, to create something that people were really familiar with.
Yeah.
Number one. And number two, we wanted, I watched the whole season, like all their seasons and all their movies in like a month and change. Straight.
Right. Because right after they gave you that deal, you just wanted to be familiar with everything, their content and everything like that?
No, this is before the deal.
Oh,
so this is before, like, kind of like when it was like up in the air and they kind of like, oh, this is cool. It was for the contracts were signed type of thing.
Yeah. So
I was like, let me go through everything that they have and find every single food reference that I could find and think of a sauce.
Yeah. So
there's a whole scene with Ricky with his good kind chicken fingers.
Oh yeah.
He's like, and then Julian throws them on the floor and stuff. He's like, those are $8, a good kind, type of thing. And I was like, all right, that also solidified that style of sauce, because whenever you think of fried chicken or chicken wings or anything with chicken, it's always going to be a Louisiana style.
Yeah, no, absolutely. I agree with you on that.
But
That's how you want to eat it, I would think.
yeah, that's how a lot of people want to eat it, you know? And so that tied in everything together with that first sauce, you know?
Oh yeah, and being able to market it and stuff. Do you get rights? Or do you have their rights? Permission to put their face on the bottle, obviously, and
Yep.
use their video clips and all that kind of shit. Any way you want to use it.
Well, we got to send it over to them for approval.
Oh yeah, right.
They got to be like, okay, I like the sauce. I like the labeling, we got to send it over. But they're pretty cool. I mean, I'm not doing anything that's going to like hurt them in any way. You know
Yeah,
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
no, because if you hurt them, then it'll hurt you. What I mean,
I
especially
mean,
with marketing them.
they do have the Guinness World Records for the most cursing in a film.
Do they?
Yeah, for a SwearNet.
Oh, yeah, yeah, yeah. And that's their own company that they made, right?
Yeah,
Or
that's
their
their
own
own company.
network.
Yep, that's the
That's,
SwearNet, the whole SwearNet thing, which they have their own app,
yeah.
and where they create original content.
Mhm.
And yeah, but like you're dealing with a brand that like has a record for the most cursing in a film. It's gonna be really difficult to do something kind of so off.
Yeah, I mean, even to find, I mean, it might be easy to find like videos or clips, without them cussing to like promote or, put on an ad, is
Everything's cursing.
so what do you have to,
Everything.
so what do you have to
Everything.
do with that when that kind of shit, can you use
Well, we
it?
released a couple of commercials. We released a commercial for when we were doing our pre-sales, which was on the ship type of thing.
Yeah.
And then I ended up later on using it for social advertising.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a lot of beeps or a lot of creative editing.
Yeah, no, I'm sure. With as much as they curse and say that, I mean, what else are you supposed to? I mean, what else can you do but blurp it out? Maybe. I mean, people know what it is. I mean, especially if the fans, they're gonna understand it, they're gonna get it, they're gonna think it's funny. So, might as well, still use it. I mean, it's still.
Well, I actually
Um,
put it out there, the edited version, and somebody put a comment there like, "Don't cut out the cursing."
See, that's what I'm saying. People know, what I'm saying, but like, I mean, you can't advertise, cursing because some platforms won't let you. They'll say they'll deny your ad, right?
Oh, we'll get absolutely flagged. We'll get
Yeah,
flagged, and
that's
that'll
what I'm
be it.
saying. Yeah,
So yeah. And then we went into the Green Bastard after that.
yeah. Kind of break down how that one came about.
Well, we were deciding which one we're going to do next. And I don't know. I just like the Green Bastard character, and I
Yeah.
thought you want to hit the notes when we only had one sauce at the time, and now we have two. We're working on number three, but
Oh
you want
yeah.
to hit the majors. You want to hit the first off the Louisiana, which is the most commercially known type of style sauce.
Yeah.
This is our mentality on it. And then you have a Verde, which is another big style of sauce, like a major style.
Mm-hmm.
So let's go with the Green Bastard. Let's make it green. Let's do a Verde.
Only
And
makes sense.
yeah, and how I approached it was basically like, let's get something as green as we can,
And
without
they're
food dye, without food dye.
yeah. And what are the ingredients based? If you can talk about
Yeah,
that.
it's like scallions, jalapeno serrano, lime
Uh,
juice, garlic, carrot, which is not green but gives a little nice sweetness to it.
mhm. What
Um, vinegar, and then some spices, and we put spinach in there as well.
spinach too?
Yeah, spinach.
Yeah.
The original reasoning on that was to get it greener.
Yeah. Can you
So
can you
what's
taste
up?
it a whole lot?
You do taste it in the middle. You
Hmm.
get earth tones off of it. When I
Yeah.
first put it in, it was just way too freaking earthy.
Yeah, I'm
I was
sure.
just like, whoa, I don't know, man. But then I ended up putting cumin on top of it,
What's that?
and it like cumin,
Oh, the pepper, or the
like the
seasoning.
spice, the
Yeah,
seasoning.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
So I put that in there and actually cut it really nicely.
Oh, okay. And
So
it
you still
really.
got tons of the spinach, but you didn't get that overwhelming like came from the dirt taste.
Yeah,
You know?
some Popeye shit. You know that old cartoon.
I know. And plus, you're the green bastard, and you gotta sit there and get in that ring. Need a little bit of extra, something.
Something kick. How do you how do you approach doing ads for that one?
That one's hard. The reason being is because it has the word bastard in it.
Yeah.
So a lot of platforms won't let us advertise it.
Damn.
Yeah, they're like, oh, you're using bad language, so we're gonna block this ad. Yeah.
So how do you promote it? I mean, what have you found that works best or that has worked at
Google
all?
advertising still lets us do it, which is good.
Which one?
Google.
Oh, okay.
Google ads. We can get away with it with Facebook,
Mm-hmm.
Instagram, but Amazon's like, nah, sorry.
And is Amazon one of your main ones, platforms you advertise, or which one's your favorite?
We do them all. We do them all. Advertising is, it depends. They're all different for different things.
Yeah.
I mean, TikTok is cool, but TikTok is more just for brand visibility.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's really what that's good for. You get a lot of hits, but you get, not too much traffic going to the website.
Yeah.
The social's good, but it's constantly, you got to baby it. So every time you run an ad, you got to constantly sit there like, hey, who's my target market?
Yeah.
Every time you do a run, you got to sit there and adjust and adjust and adjust and adjust and adjust, So that's a lot of work. YouTube advertising is really good.
Mm-hmm.
People love video.
Yeah.
And you target, the main audience, and they see it and they react well to it.
Yeah.
Amazon is good too, but they're constantly changing it every month. So you gotta keep up with it. So they're all good in their own way, but they're also different. It's almost like a job.
Yeah.
It's a job to constantly be doing campaigns.
Yeah. And I mean, you have that experience, I guess, that you, with your other business that you had beforehand. I mean, because you were the kind of the marketing guy. So, I mean, where did that niche for marketing kind of come from? Where did you learn this?
Well, I went to school for computer art in Manhattan.
Yeah.
At FIT, and I got work in ad agencies and advertising, and I would just keep my ears open. I would talk, and say, hey, because in ad agencies they have people who specialize in different little things.
Right.
So you'll have like a guy who just does SEO. You'll have a team for email. You have a team for banner ads.
Mm-hmm.
You'll have your copywriting teams. Then it goes to the art level, and then it goes to the creative director level, and then it goes to account. You know what I'm saying? It's like so separated.
Yeah.
Insane.
There is definitely a lot of different advertising things that go into advertising, you know what I mean, that people don't really think.
Oh, it does. And there's ad spend, and you got to make sure that, you don't destroy, you're making something back on it if you can,
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, so I don't know, I just been around advertising for like 20 years.
Damn.
So yeah. So, and I decided to just keep my ears open and ask a lot of questions.
Yeah.
And then also you could read a lot about this stuff you could listen to YouTube.
Yeah, that's what I've been doing.
Yeah, a lot of YouTube stuff has that information, a lot of reading. There's also a million gurus out there, which all they do is try to get your money, man.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Sick of spending money on advertising and losing money, or become my program and et cetera, and
see, that's what I wonder with these ads too. Like I'll get a few hits, from some people, and then nothing ever again. And then I go to their account and they're fake, like on Facebook or some shit. So I don't know if they're like throwing in fake shit as well. Just I don't know. I mean, that's just kind of what I've noticed. Or they'll just say something corny, good work, or great job, and nothing ever again. That's why I'm trying to figure out which one.
Everybody likes you.
Yeah, something like that, and never again. That's what I'm saying. So I don't know what the fuck, what is best. I mean, and the stuff you said, I might try out. Amazon and Google I haven't hit on yet, but I think I might kind of go that route, you know.
Yeah, my suggestion is you gotta like find your target, and if you're gonna
Yeah.
target just hot sauce, it's extremely saturated. So you gotta find your niche, you know, you gotta find what differentiates you from the other guys.
Right.
You know, for us, it's a lot easier because we're doing
Trailer
trailer park boys, you
boys,
know, so
yeah.
that's the low bearing fruit on that thing, you know, but
Yeah.
you have to expand on that. But if you just, I've done it, I've done tons of ads on just hot sauce, and the reach is so hard and so expensive because
Yeah.
everybody else who has a hot sauce is trying to get that same target. Unless you have a monster budget, then
Hmm.
you're not gonna, it's not gonna be that effective,
Right.
you know.
Yeah.
So, you know, if you have something that's like, say, I don't know, like a apple hot sauce,
Hmm.
you know, say try that like that. Advertise spicy apples
Yeah.
as a keyword, and that's something that a lot of people are going to have. You know, try citrus hot sauce.
Hmm.
You know, you got to be a little bit more specific with what you're doing. You're not going to hit all those cajillions of people, but you don't have the money to hit those cajillions of people. So
No.
you got to hit you got to get those little niches together and test them and
Yeah.
see how it works. And if it's male or female, where they live, how old they are. Google advertising actually shows you how much money they make.
Yeah. That's so fucking weird. But I guess that's just kind of where we're at in 2022. You know, all of our information is kind of really out there. You know what I mean?
It's absolutely out there, you know, and it's all made for advertising.
Yeah, it really is. You know, because I'll be on the phone, you know, with people, you know, like one of my friends, you know, I'll be talking to him, and then sure as shit, I'll go on Facebook, you know, after I, you know, said maybe I can't remember what the fuck it was, but I went on Facebook and sure as shit, it was there. You know, I did an interview with a guy, you know, he mentioned fake Elvises, and then I go on Facebook, there's a fake Elvis. Like, what the fuck? You know, I
Oh
mean,
yeah,
it's just
oh
kind of
yeah.
weird. I mean, but you know, it definitely is all for advertising, no doubt. I don't. I mean, I definitely agree with you because I've had it happen so many fucking times, dude. So many.
It follows you, man. It
Yeah.
follows you.
Yeah, I know, and that's what's crazy. Like I even had I talked to my brother on the phone, you know, he was like drunk or I don't know what the hell he was doing, but you know, like he's like, you should do
He's
an
like,
interview.
"Oh,
Yeah.
advertising."
He's like, you know, it'd be cool, man, if you did a fucking interview with a bird or like or a dog or some shit. And I went on and I look on, oh, it was a dog. And then I go on Facebook and or Instagram and there's Joe Rogan fucking with his dog, you know, pretending to interview him. I was like, what the fuck, dude? Or it was on YouTube. That's what it was on. Yeah. It's like,
Yeah, I do have a feeling that the listening. We have one of those Google Home things here,
oh, yeah, yeah.
you know, and we have conversations. All of a sudden, the ads start coming in. So I'm like,
Mhm.
I don't know, man. You know,
I know. I always get paranoid, like, oh man, I hope they don't have a camera. You know, I mean that. I mean, the listening is different. You know, it's still like invading privacy or whatever, but the camera would be fucking a whole nother level. You know what I mean?
well, you gotta start sitting there and going towards these things and start saying winning lottery
Yeah,
numbers,
yeah. That's
winning
what I'm
lottery.
saying. That's what I try to do. Like, not with that, but like different shit, like as a joke sometimes, and it works a few times, but not really. When you actually when you want it, it's not. It don't come.
Yeah, just do ridiculous stuff and test it. You know,
Yeah.
get a recording of yourself and put it on loop right in front of the thing.
Um, what are some things that you would have liked to known when you were getting into the hot sauce business that you know now that you can help someone with?
Find a good co-packer.
Oh yeah, I remember we talked about this a little
Find
bit.
a good co-packer. I mean, we've
Explain
gone
what a
through.
co-packer is too for, you know, like
So
beginners.
legally, you're not allowed to make and sell sauce that comes out of your kitchen.
Yeah.
You know, you're not. That's breaking the law. And say somebody gets sick because it's not a sanitary environment. You know, you go into a co-packer, which is a commercial kitchen
Hmm.
where everything is inspected by the FDA. You have to wear the booties. You have to wear the masks. You have to wear the hats. You know, you got to look like you're in elementary school and you got the kitchen lady back there,
Yeah.
the gloves and all that.
Damn.
So
Yeah.
that you know you're in a clean environment.
Yeah.
And that's the way legally you have to do it. And there's ways of getting your home kitchen FDA approved, but that's a whole monster process. And do you really want the FDA coming into your home and checking your kitchen?
No, no, not really.
And you're like waking up in the morning, you're in your underwear still, like FDA, like, oh shit, hold on, get your shirt on, you know.
No, for real, man.
And
Yeah.
then you turn around, there's like a little spot of something somewhere in the kitchen. You're like, oh, hold on, you're
Oh, fuck.
scrubbing it.
Yeah, that shit probably wouldn't fly, especially with people that have kids and animals and different shit like that. So it's probably
Oh yeah,
best to get a go packer.
you gotta get a co-packer. There's a lot out there. A lot of them, I've heard nightmare stories. I went through some tough times. Like, one of them's the cost. Our first one we went to, they wanted more than double what we're currently getting in cost.
Damn.
It was insanity. It was really, and since I was a retailer, I had an idea how much things went.
Yeah.
So I was like, no way, dude. This is like freaking wholesale price. This isn't like manufacturing price,
Yeah.
So that was a bunch of time that we had to waste, unfortunately. Then we went to another place that, like, I don't know, it was just weird, and because we were using a flask bottle, they didn't have a machine to label it.
Oh.
So they had an army of people just freaking doing it by hand when we did our first round. And some of them were upside down.
Are you serious? What the hell? Yeah,
some of them were off, some of them were super wrinkled.
Damn.
And it was funny though, because it's a Trailer Park Boy thing. So I ended up getting some phone calls from people, and they're like, my label's all wrinkled. I'm like, man, I'm sorry, but freaking Corey and Jacob were just really high when they were doing it.
What'd they say when they?
Like, oh, okay, I get it. That's cool. That's cool.
That's fucking funny, man. That is funny as shit. Speaking of Jacob, I think I told you I did do an interview with him. I haven't posted it yet, but he's really cool, man. I seen he follows you on your page you got too. I don't know if you know him like personally.
Yeah, he did a review for our green bastard sauce.
Oh yeah. I seen that was on your Instagram, right?
Yeah.
Damn, that's pretty cool.
He's a good guy. He's a real nice guy. It's cool.
Yeah.
Cool as hell. He actually was the first one out of that crew that was talking to on the boat.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah.
What was the first words to him?
I was just like, you like hot sauce?
He's like, yeah, man.
He's like, yeah, dude. And tried it. He was like, oh, that's really good. And just bullshit about stuff, and
Yeah.
like just saying it might be a little surreal that you're on a cruise ship and everybody on the ship is here to see you.
Yeah, I'm sure. What is like a crazy thing that you didn't even never thought you would have needed, being in the hot sauce business, or would have ever had to do something with? Anything?
Everything. It's just an adventure, man. It takes. People think that running a business is like, oh, it's like a lot of people have this romantic idea about running a business. They're like, oh, this is like a dream, and I'm gonna do this XYZ, and it's gonna be amazing and awesome. Running a business is all you do all day is solve problems.
Yeah.
And put out fires. So I mean, everything when coming to the co-packing. In the beginning was hard. We found our place finally, but
that's good.
It was that, and then it was also things that you got to think about when making a sauce, because you got to understand your co-packers' capabilities.
Mm-hmm.
So there's some co-packers out there that only want to deal with like mash, which is like ground up peppers with salt and vinegar put into 55-gallon drums. Damn. And it's already ground up. It's not fresh peppers. It has its own thing. And all they want to do is dump a bunch of liquid into a big giant cauldron and heat it up and put a freaking immersion blender in there and call it a day.
Yeah.
That's good. Like most guys do that, and it's extremely cost effective.
Yeah.
But if you want to deal with like fresh ingredients, like fresh peppers, now you have to sit there and find a place that will deal with fresh peppers.
Oh,
You know,
yeah. I see what you mean.
which has a completely different flavor to it.
Yeah.
Then, for instance, if you want to roast pepper,
Mm-hmm.
right? Some places don't offer that. We don't have any roasting ovens or anything like that.
Damn.
So, you know, you're going to have to like either deal with not doing a roasted pepper, or you have to get the jarred kind.
Oh, yeah. Okay. And then that adds another expense trying to buy them. Like,
Well,
we're already roasted, I guess. Only costs a little bit more.
the co-packers are the ones who do the food buying.
Oh, okay.
So, but you got to kind of think of what they could physically do.
Yeah.
So I'm working with the sauce, and I wanted to have roasted peppers. I know my place currently doesn't have that capability.
Mm-hmm.
So I bought roasted peppers, you know?
Yeah.
And so when I'm making my test batches, I know that when I bring the recipe over to these guys, it's not going to be an issue.
Yeah.
And they're going to be like, you know, we can't do this. And I'm going to be like, crap, you know?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What is a lesson that you've learned through business where you may have been screwed out of a situation that you can prevent someone from else going through?
Well, it depends what business. I mean, in general, business get half up front.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, did you have an experience where you may have not gotten paid or something like that, or?
Well, I have another business. I do like graphic design, printing,
Yeah.
animation, video, all that stuff like that. And yeah, I've gotten dick through the years, you know.
Damn. So
Like
how do you
people that you wouldn't think would do it, but then they do it.
Damn.
You know, and then say for instance, I hire somebody to help me out because I got a few things going on. You just got to pay that person to eat it, or go to court.
Damn.
Or go to court.
Don't go to court, you said?
Or go to court.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Damn. What are
Then
some?
you guys,
Oh,
you
go
guys
ahead.
sit there and think is it worth your time going to court? Is
And
it that
spending all
much
that
money?
damn money. Yeah.
You know, and small claims I think is in New York is under $3,000, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
So you can go to small claims and then travel to Manhattan, you know, and then just keep dealing with it. And you gotta go there like 2 or 3 times.
Yeah.
And then you gotta face this person that at this point you hate because they owe you money and they're making you do this.
Yeah, I could see that. That probably wouldn't be no fun at all.
No, but this business, find the right co-packer, know what you can and can't do with them,
Yeah.
you know, understand their capabilities. One big thing that a lot of people do in this industry is go with a bigger, different bottle instead of the woozy.
What's the woozy one?
The woozy is the standard hot sauce bottle, the 5
Like
ounce.
5 ounce, right? Yeah.
Yeah, kind of like that.
Yeah.
You know. The thing is that like I've been saying all roads lead to woozy. All hot sauce roads leads to the woozy. Everyone tries doing it. We start out with the flask.
Yeah.
The thing is, it's heavy,
Mm-hmm.
and it costs a lot of money in shipping.
Oh, I could imagine so.
We have Trailer Park Boy fans who are like
They
they're
want
hardcore. Like they won't hold back.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
The amount of cursing I get in my emails is amazing.
That's fucking funny, man. What are you on the website? I was looking. Are you out of all 3 of them except one, right? Currently.
Yeah. So right now, we have cases of the 5 ounce boozies,
Mm-hmm.
but because we have a fulfillment company doing our stuff, it takes time. We have to put in a work order
Oh, okay.
in the system, and then it takes time for them to process that order and then get it on the site.
Yeah.
So I put that order in like a week ago because people are like, what the hell?
Yeah.
And then they ended up having an issue on their side with my work order in their system.
So you're actually not out.
It's not. We have it,
Yeah.
but it's not out. We don't have the big ones. We manufacture the big ones. We just need to ship them to the warehouses, which takes time, you know, because we got to do freight and all that and processing.
Yeah.
But yeah, supposedly today it said Friday, but then I looked at it yesterday and it still had that issue popping up in their system. So it's kind of like, it is what it is type of situation, you know.
Yeah.
A real bummer. A lot of people emailed me about it, and they're like, when the beep is the beeping green bastard, you beep 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 beep.
Well, at least you got some hardcore fans that like the sauce. You know what I mean?
They do, and this is a big thing in business too. And I learned this going to a trade show, and there's these guys another company that makes sauce, a bigger company, been around for a long time. And the guy said this to me, it makes a lot of sense. He goes, it's 80% branding, it's 10% quality of product, which creates repeat customers, and then it's 10% profitability.
Damn.
But the most number one thing about it is branding.
Yeah.
So when I was a buyer for retail, our number one thing was branding also. Like, you can't taste the screen. There's no liquor screen yet.
No.
You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I got the new monitor, the Lickatron.
Yeah, no.
You know?
I wish, yeah.
I just go, taking your burger and just rubbing it on.
Yeah. Yeah, no shit. No, I know what you mean though. I mean, yeah, I mean, it's just kind of crazy, you know, how you ended up being able to work with these guys. And, you know, I mean, it's sure as hell sounds like you've had quite the journey, and now you're, you know, getting into what you really like doing, you know, and especially with these guys. And you got a number 3 sauce coming out. I mean, are you allowed to speak on that at all? What it is or anything?
I'll just say that it's a sauce for Ricky.
Hell yeah. That's
There's probably going to be a whole lot of misspelling on the label.
Oh yeah, you got to. You have to. Spell sauce SAUSE instead of the C.
Yeah, he's going to be using his his book learning.
Yeah. Well, did you have anything else or you wanted to add or, you know, leave the people with?
Well, if you want to get into business, it's a really, really, it's a hard business. It's harder than you may think.
Yeah.
Don't expect to be rich anytime soon. You know, be very careful with your money, because that's the life, that's the blood of a business. And if you're really tight on cash, then any mistake could like just crumble a business. You know, do your research, ask people. You know, most hot sauce guys are pretty open with everything. You know, because it doesn't even matter, man. Like, I do shows sometimes, there's other hot sauce people there. I'm like, whatever, you know, because everything tastes different. Yeah. Everything looks different. So you're competitors in a sense, but you're not. It doesn't faze me whatsoever.
Yeah.
But, you know, learn whatever you can. Hold on to your money. If you got a day job, keep that damn day job as long as you can.
Yeah.
You know, and yeah, prepare to work your ass off.
Yeah.
Because it's not a simple, easy thing, and it's super saturated, and a whole lot of people trying to get that saucy money.
Yeah.
Looks like you got some saucy money on your shirt.
Oh yeah, that's my clothing brand. I got Invest in Yourself clothing. You know, I got
nice
graffiti. It has like an IIY. You know, it stands for Invest in Yourself, and then the dollar sign goes with it. Just kind of graffiti look.
I just see the dollar sign from this angle,
oh,
but
yeah.
Okay. It looks like some green bastard fell on that thing.
Yeah. No, I'm gonna have to get one of each of those sauces too. I'll order them on your website.
I'll send you some. Don't worry about it, man.
Oh, sure. I want to support you, man. I want to, you know, give it back, man, because you came out here.
You're supporting me enough right now. I appreciate it.
All right, man. Well, I mean, did you want to leave your ass or anything like that?
My what?
Your
my
ass, like.
I'm like, oh, my ass.
That's who you have to.
What kind of show is this? I stopped doing that years ago. You know, I experimented in college. I needed money.
No, your ads, your fucking website, your Instagram, Facebook, all that shit.
Yeah, sure. The website's ConeyIslandSaucery.com. All our handles on everything is Koni and Sorcery except for Twitter. It's a Coney ISL Saucery. But you can just do a search for us and you can find us. We're on Amazon. We're in a handful of stores, which is listed on our site. So if you want to save on shipping, you can buy locally. and get prepared for some Ricky sauce. And in the summer is when we're releasing our Julian sauce.
Hell yeah! So you got two of them for sure coming this year.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. And then we're working on a few for ourselves, and then we're also talking to a couple other brand celebrities to maybe do something. So
Damn. Well, dope. I'm gonna stay updated with you. You know, I got you on Instagram. I got your number and stuff, and I'll keep in contact with you, man. I appreciate you.
all right, I'm always here. Always,
Yeah.
always here.
Well, yeah, no, I appreciate you, man. I really do. You know, thank you for all your advice and tips and you know your knowledge with the shit, man. I really do appreciate it.
Hey, no worries, man. No worries.
Well, thank you again, man.
All right, yeah, thank you.